Never let you when you go back from a long break and you do alright. Eh, not necessarily, but still. A practice game usually helps before you go on a right into ranked again.
Let them try to stop me. My potential is limitless. I am in control.
Now, the different flavors of Talon you tend to run into, again, rule 2 here, we tend to run into this a lot. You have your farm Talons, you have your aggro Talons. Farm Talons abuse Flask, and they basically just rake minions, and that's all they do. Their warrants shouldn't get any levels and items before they try killing you at 6. Really, aggro Talons, probably most likely still running Flask and Pots, since all of them do. But they will very distinctly start using Cutthroat to blink to you and do combos. Those ones are a lot more proactive and a little bit scarier. Because on something like Syndra, if you're dropping down your Q on a minion, so you're farming, their blink range is as long as Syndra's Q. So your Q starts, it goes on cooldown, they blink to you, they do their whole combo, they start walking away when your Q comes off cooldown. Now maybe you can dump Scatter on them, but depending on which part of the laning phase we're talking about, it may be a difficult prospect. This one is not running Flask and Pots, and is not running any kind of defensive runes. What the hell? Okay, that's not what I usually fight. So he'll be a bit easier to harass. In theory, the extra damage from Doran's blade means he can cheese easier, so that's means I just sit back a little bit.
People fear what they cannot understand.
I mean, auto is OP. So rather than having 900 HP to rip through, I just gotta rip through one pawn, which is actually not that bad.
A whole world to toy with.
But you'll notice he's basically just raking the lane. When he hits 3, we'll see if he actually wants to keep doing that or not.
First blood.
If you want to attack harass Talon, be a little mindful of the fact that he can blink to you instantly and start giving you a lot of trouble really fast. But when his Reg's on cooldown, a lot of his damage is gone too. Nope. Yeah, he wanted to be really aggro. Let's push that in towards his tower and let it reset. His flash was too slow. Basically, the extra tick of the Unite got through before his auto attack did, so Poppy goes him, pretty much.
This power is mine.
Take word for the signs, pick up tier. His Talon is unranked but has 3,500 normal wins. What? Yeah, see, there's his Flask and Pots. Which is pretty much why you see, basically what happened right there, how easy it was for me to whittle him down, is why every Talon runs that combo. Can't do anything to help you, I'm afraid. Big scary dinosaurs there as well.
My potential potential is limitless.
And then usually you run into Talons who are a Hex Drinker, but it's usually Brutalizer first into Tiamat.
I can be so much more.
And they just start trying to blink to you and doing combo damage all day long. Like all assassin matchups, be incredibly mindful of the fact that if you're eased down, you're going to have a hard time against him. Talon is one in such a way that sometimes you usually just have to wait for him to blink to you, because unlike LeBlanc or Zed, you can't really intercept him. This one not having MRS is making it really easy to damage him. He's down, I'm hella overextended.
An enemy has been slain.
Ah, my god! Almost wish you didn't get here there. Sorry about my life.
I am in control.
An enemy has been slain.
It can be useful carrying around pink wards or Oracle Scanner after a certain point for Talon. Usually, Syndra can dump AoE all at her feet, and then you only care about using her ult on actually targeting him.
Easily.
So it really depends on the kind of state that Talon's in. Does he have Hex Drinker and all his damage items? Then you're probably going to be a bit more defensive first. Wow, totally missed.
Let them try to stop me.
Going out. Yeah, that distance right there, if you want to, you can cut through it to me.
Easily.
Thank you for not liking it this time. But if you get a leg up on him like this, like 2 or 3 kills, it becomes much easier to itemize faster than him, so he can't really ever kill you unless you seriously overextend for the wrong reasons. But as soon as he picks up Ghost Blade, Hydra, and Last Whisper, free gold. I missed. Dang it all. I was being greedy right there. Time to go. I'm out everything, and I'm not gonna... Right there. If I stay right there, he can just jump me. He doesn't have to be 6 and he'll kill me. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go back, get my Seekers, my boots.
Yeah.
More.
Some side wards.
So much more.
Only the second scanner detects stealth enemies, the upgraded oracles. It is specifically the oracle's effect that detects stealth. Normally I like getting Hex Drinker, or not Hex Drinker, Christ. Hex Tech first, but honestly against Talons that are really super aggro, the extra armor from Seekers first is kind of really important.
This power is mine to command.
This is a matchup where I basically push behind Hex Tech a fair bit. Because I actually need the hit points of Seekers more than anything else.
Control.
Because if we go to trade, it's going to be an all-in slugfest. Pretty much.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Killing spree.
More. I can be so much more.
This one's clever. He knows I'm trying to prepare. Or he's going to run one of the two.
Easily.
Auto attack and ignite. Goodbye. But notice I deliberately hit my 6th sphere in the brush over here. I had no idea if he saw me throw it in there or not. But that timer was refreshed, so I had a 6th sphere ultimate when he went in on me. Yeah, let's just get next attack.
This power is mine to command.
Nah. Too long. Get in the next back.
By force of will.
So that's pretty much landing phase. If you get a handle on Talon, or if you don't get a handle on Talon, the next big problem you're gonna run into him is when he starts roaming. Because after landing phase, he just turns into a ballistic missile. His entire purpose in life is to find a single soul and destroy them. This one's rushing Hex Drinker. He'd be a bit more difficult to kill.
Team has destroyed a turret.
He's flanking me from behind. Wow, the Q builder. Okay. Let's look at my ult.
Let them try to stop me.
And when Talon reaches ballistic missile status, you have to really hope the rest of your team knows how to pick, peel, and generally not let him get in on someone to nuke them apart, because he doesn't care about team fighting. He just cares about killing 1 or 2 people, and he abuses that fact over and over again.
My potential is limitless.
Top 1 pretty handling. Turnimir looks like he won't be getting ganked anytime soon. Bot lane looks pretty well in hand, so they may be fine. So it's just me and him middle. Yeah, let's take the main damage. Free damage all day.
A whole world to toy with.
Now keep in mind, his blink range is as far as Syndra's Q. And he has no animation, he'll instantly go.
Let them try to stop me.
Unlike, say, Caston, who you can actually catch at the start of his animation. My stun bugged out, landed at his feet. That's stun bug right there. That would have been a kill otherwise. Oh well.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
My potential is limitless. People fear
This noon is very spicy.
by
I hope Talon doesn't pick up doubles while I push here. What?
this power is mine to command.
Your team
Imprisoned no longer.
This one I have to trust them to not get caught and killed. I do some free damage with Mitar here. Player's worse, so we can see what they're doing. Pushing, I'm pushing, Talon's coming up. It's taking a long way around. Walked right into it, okay. Sliding tower shots. Pushing, pushing. Tower loves me. That's pretty good. Bot didn't die, I got mid tower and a Talon kill, and we got Dragon. Ooh, blue buff, you say? If you want to be like extra cautious against Talon matchups, you can actually just mana item Seekers into Zanya's.
A whole world to toy with.
Whoosh.
Easily.
Now, fun fact, I checked on this earlier, but me and him are at the same speed right now. If I actually had used Scatter there, rest in peace. If I'd used Scatter there, Scatter is not like Syndra's Q and W. It actually has an animation cast time. What that means is that Syndra will stop when you cast it very briefly, but that's enough to break the deadlock or equal speed. He would jump me at that point. So, he's not in range, but if I use Scatter to make distance, he'll close the distance and blink on top of me. I'll be out my Scatter and I'll be dead, so I just keep running. As long as I'm running in a straight line, he will not catch up. Now, if he blinked or if he used Flash or something, that's a different story, but he's using Flash at that point.
A whole world to toy with.
I miss the stun bug when it's gone. No.
Easily.
What else can you do about Talon? When you get Zanya's, its effectiveness is kind of a little difficult to gauge against Talons. If they blink to you, Alt and Hydra are all in the same second, and if you hit Zanya's in that second, you can chunk their entire new combo, no problem. If they wait because you have Zanya's, and you pop it prematurely, you'll have a really rough time, because you'll be stuck there for 2.5 seconds and you can do whatever you want. So there's a bit of a mind war that goes on in that type situation.
I am in control.
Pop. Because you really have to understand the Talon you're fighting and how he behaves. Oh, knockback. It's done, whatever.
Not be restrained.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
And then there's the grand old problem of dealing with Hex Drinker, which is like 700 extra HP. So if he's at 50% life, he's actually functioning around 80% still. Pain in the butt dealing with that. Because unlike Zed, who you can kind of manipulate with his ult mechanics,
Stop me.
Talon is instantaneous. He's basically LeBlanc, AD version of how fast he works. He's actually faster than LeBlanc in some regards.
By force of will.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
My potential is
Take a stroll
limitless.
through the jungle. That's awesome for me.
I can be so much more. This is what I live for.
Should have ulted her. I wasn't sure if she's gonna spider or not. He really wants me.
This power is mine to command.
Nope. Tentacle. Stun bug on Shogath. Always good time. Never. Ooh. Zoom. Close. Very close.
Your team has destroyed
People
a
fear
turret.
what they cannot understand.
So there's that, and there's some ideas you can deal with Talon. At the end of the day, it's going to be a very reaction, anticipation, skill matchup, essentially. I'd say this a lot, but it really matters for Syndra because it's a core part of gameplay. Because you have to understand exactly what the enemy's doing, how he's going to do it, and then counter-react or cut him off at the pass and do something instead yourself. Now mind you, Talon wouldn't be so much of an issue if Flask and Boss Spam didn't exist in this game, but let's not talk about that problem.